If you're an employer thinking about sponsoring someone from overseas on a 482 visa, you are in the right place. Hi, my name's Haider Shikara, former Olympian turned lawyer, and now helping businesses like yours bring top talent into Australia. I know it's hard to bring workers into the country, and I know it's hard to keep employees. So today we're going to break down everything you need to know about the 482 visa in plain English. And if you've already Googled it and end up 10 tabs deep with a headache, don't worry, I've got you. Let's try and make this simple. What is the 482 visa? The 482 visa, also known as the Temporary Skills Shortage Visa, lets you sponsor a skilled worker from overseas to fill a position you can't fit locally. Think of it as the Australian government saying, okay, you tried to hire someone local, you couldn't, so now we'll let you expand your search to a kind of global market. It's split into 3 different streams. The short-term stream for jobs that are on the short-term list, so they're about 2 years long. A medium-term stream for jobs on the medium to long-term list, which is 4 years with a pathway to permanent residency. And then there's a special label agreement stream, and that's for special cases where you have a specific arrangement with the government. And I know all of this can seem quite confusing, but we are going to break each one of those things down. But first, let's go through the steps as to what you need to do to sponsor somebody in Australia. First step is you're going to need to be an approved sponsor. So before anything else, your business needs to become an approved standard business sponsor. That means you're a legally operating business and you have a genuine need for the role, and you're not doing anything dodgy like you're underpaying staff or running a shell company from your cousin's garage. You need to be a legitimate business showing that you're turning over a substantial amount of revenue so the government knows that this is not a whole fake ploy. To do this, it normally takes a few weeks to get approved, and it should be the first thing that you're doing when you're considering sponsoring people. Next, you have to nominate a position you want to fill, and that means you have to check if the job that you want is on the relevant skills list. You'll need to advertise that role and show that you actually try to get candidates from the local market. Then, once your business and your nomination are approved, your chosen worker can apply for the visa. They'll need to prove that they have the skills and qualifications for the job, that they meet the English language requirements, and that they pass the health and character checks. So they can't have any criminal records, or they can't have tuberculosis or anything like that. If all goes well, they'll get their shiny new 482 visa and can legally work in Australia for you. Now, here are some of the common mistakes that we often see people do. The first mistake that we see all the time is people trying to lowball the salary. You've got to pay the market rate. If the job usually pays $100,000, you can't offer $50,000 and then complain about nobody applying for that job. You need to show that you tried to hire locally first, and this is called labor market testing. We also often see people choosing the wrong occupations on the list, and that is an absolute disaster because the government has created this list as a guideline for you to use. So you'll need to ensure that the role that you're looking to try and fill fits with one of the roles that are on the list. If that doesn't, the application will be rejected and no one's going to be happy. So you're probably thinking at this point, it's all sounding a bit too much and a bit too scary. Why should I be doing this? I'll tell you why. Not just because you can get the talent that you can't get from the local market, but because the 482 is one of the fastest visas that you can actually get in Australia. You can get a visa processed in under 2 months. You can also sponsor workers for up to 4 years, and you're getting qualified, experienced talent which you can't always find in the local market. And it really can be the lifesaver that you're looking for, especially if you're stuck short-staffed. So I'll give you a real life study with a company that we've worked with. One of our clients, they run a construction business and they desperately needed a project manager and they couldn't find anyone with the right experience in Australia. We helped them sponsor someone from South Africa on a 482 visa, and the whole process took about 3 months. That worker is now managing multiple builds, training junior staff, and saving them thousands in mistakes and delays. It's a win-win for both the worker and the business. Now, as an employer, there are special responsibilities that you need to follow if you're sponsoring a worker. These include keeping adequate records, notifying the department if the worker leaves, not exploiting or underpaying your employee. Seriously, if you do that, it can backfire on you. And if you do breach your obligations, you could lose your sponsorship rights, cop a huge fine, or even get banned from sponsoring anyone in the future. You do not want to be that person. If you've genuinely got a role you can't fill, and you found someone overseas who fits the bill, the 482 visa is a powerful tool. Yes, it's a bit of paperwork. Yes, there are rules. Yes, there are costs involved, but that's why people come to us. We make the whole thing smoother, faster, and way less stressful. So if you are thinking about sponsoring someone on a 482 visa, or just want to figure out if it's even an option for your business, reach out to us. We've helped Dozens of employers bring in amazing overseas staff, and we'd love to help you too. Give this video a like if it helped, drop a comment if you've got questions, and subscribe for more simple tactical migration updates.